Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you are here today because today is time for another Orilium vlog for autumn equinox and it is vlog 3. Today is August 14th, I believe, Monday. It's now 9 p.m. and I am watching G's sprints. She's having sprints on her Patreon, so having that in the background. Currently reading One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I am about 29 pages in, so not much at all about this far. But so far it sounds really good. There are some magical cards, which sign me up, seriously. So we'll see what happens. But so far this sounds very good, but yet 30 pages in, I can't really tell. I'm also listening to audiobook of Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. There I am about halfway through. A little bit over halfway through now, and that one I am enjoying, I would say. It doesn't have likable characters. None of the characters are likable. The plot is not likable whatsoever. It's horrible things happening. It's fun to listen to, but it's not particularly great book for me anyway, or it's not what makes great book for me. If you don't know, that one is about two authors. One of them is very successful American Chinese woman, and the other one is white woman, not quite as successful, and they are friends, and once they are hanging out and they are drinking, and then one of them dies. The successful Asian one dies, called Athena, and her friend, our main character who we are following, who we have the first point of view of, her name is June. She decides to take her manuscript and finish it up and publish it in her name. And it comes bite her in the butt. And so that's basically what it's about. It's about this horrible person stealing the other author's manuscript, finishing it without talking to anyone about it, pretending it's her own work. It is about Chinese laborers during World War II. So something she doesn't have anything in common with, really. It talks a lot about racism, it talks a lot about social media and about publishing a bit as well. And yeah, it's interesting, but I'm not blown away. But that is the update for now. Hello, it is time to update you because I haven't talked to you in a couple days. It is now Thursday evening, it is 7 p.m, so Cleo is sprinting in the background. And yeah, I was working in the office today, so we just got home, had some dinner, and I'm still reading One Dark Window. But wait, before we get into that, I want to quickly say that yesterday I uploaded my previous vlog for week 2, and once it went out, I realized that I actually forgot one clip. And then I was wondering, like, if I lost the clip or what happened to it, but I still have it. I just forgot to put it in. And it is a clip of me unpacking the package from Denise that she sent me for Camp Enchanted. So I'm just gonna enter the clip here because I just want to show that one. So it just goes here. Today I got mail, and this is from Denise for the Camp Enchanted. So it arrived a couple days late. I mean, not late, but the Camp Enchanted is over. But now it arrived, so I want to open it with you. It's here. And I think I know what should be in there, but I'm not 100% sure on everything. Yeah, I knew about this one. How camping crew love the color as well. It's like kind of gray. It's gray. Love it. I have to try it on to see if it fits, but it definitely should fit. This is pretty. I'm definitely gonna use it next year if I'll be camping crew. Maybe it will, if I'm not camping crew, it could be inappropriate. We'll see. But thank you so much. Then there is marshmallows. I hope they survived well because it took a while to arrive, but these should be pretty, you know, sturdy to survive the mail. And bookmarks. Oh my gosh, because actually when she announced that there were gonna be bookmarks, I was on vacation and I completely missed it. So I was never able to order them. And then it was too late to order them when I finally figured out what was happening. But she sent me some. How sweet is she? How cute are they? Camp Enchanted 2023. They are the same from both sides. This pretty story time campfire. Oh my god, these are so beautiful. Camp Enchanted, another one. And then new chapter, new adventure. This beautiful forest color camp. Beautiful, beautiful bookmarks. I'm so excited. Love them. Thank you so much, Denise, for this. You didn't have to do this. It's just so sweet of you to organizing it and then to send us a care package. Is just, you're just the best. So there it is. Thank you so much, Denise, for the package. It's amazing. I had sprints on Tuesday as well this week, and I wanted to talk to you, but the sprints were so long. They were until like almost midnight, and I was just falling asleep at the end, so I just forgot to vlog at the end afterwards. I wanted to vlog afterwards, but I was just too tired, and then I forgot. And then yesterday was just a bit overwhelming, busy day, so I never updated you. But today I'm going to be reading this. And I am about, I don't know if you can see, you can't really see, wait. I'm this far in, so like halfway through. Today I read already 25 pages, but I do want to finish it today. I have 200 pages left, exactly 200 pages left. And I want to finish it today because tomorrow I'm going to town and I'm going to be in a place or like close to a library. So I would like to take it back to the library tomorrow because I was already supposed to return it halfway through July. I couldn't prolong it anymore, so I have it now 4 weeks too long. That's gonna be some fee there. So I would like to return it. I'm gonna do my best to read this today. I got audiobook for it, so that definitely helps. So we'll see how that goes. Halfway through, it's pretty enjoyable. I can't really, at this point, I can't see myself reaching for the second in the series, but I'm having fun with it. The magical cards are a lot of fun, but it's not as much fun as I hoped when I found out there were magical cards. But still, having fun with this. I've also been listening a little bit to Yellowface, not that far in, well, 70% in, so not that much progress, I meant to say. It's fine. It's fun, it's fine. I will, of course, tell you more about it when I finish, because at this point I feel like I just don't know what to think. So I don't want to tell you much about it. I will tell you when I finish, which hopefully tomorrow. That's the update. And now it's time to go read because I have 200 pages to read and it's already 7 p.m. So let's get into it. Hi. Okay, it is now Friday. It is 6 p.m. weekend, finally. It was a rough week. I did not update you yesterday evening, even though I planned to after I finished the book, but I didn't finish it. I read about 170 pages of it. So then today in the morning, I finished the rest. And we went to sleep really late, like 2:30, because we were just talking late about all kinds of things. And then today in the morning, I actually had a therapy session, which I don't usually talk about because I haven't been in therapy session since like February or something. Which, by the way, I was surprised that the therapist remembered so many things from what we talked about. Like, she doesn't take that many notes, but she remembered so much. I can't believe it. Anyway, I don't often, or I don't usually talk about that because it's just kind of a taboo thing where I come from in Slovakia. Nobody talks about it. And even though I do talk openly about my anxiety, I do not feel that comfortable talking about other things that I'm struggling with because that just feels way too personal. And also maybe you are just not interested in it and it just would drag your mood down as well, and I don't want that. I want these vlogs to be more positive. Of course, I will not force positivity. I do not like that. So if I feel low, I will tell you that I feel low or low energy or something. I do not like to pretend in that way, but Otherwise, I like to just skip to talking too much about those things. But now I'm not gonna say much anyway, because it is very personal. But at the same time, I went to a therapy session. Therapist is really near a library, so I wanted to return the books, because both of the books that I finished, Record of a Spaceborne Hue and One Dark Window, I was supposed to return already back in July. So I was like, I'm gonna go to library and return them. And so even if I didn't finish the 50 pages yesterday evening, I thought that I will listen to the audiobook a little bit on the way there, and if I don't finish it, I can go to the library and sit down there and finish it there and then return it. But luckily I did manage to listen the entire 50 pages before I got there, so then I could go to the library after the session and then just return the books. I didn't film any of it because it was just weird kind of day and there were lots of people, very crowded. But anyway, I did finish One Dark Window, and then on the way back home I was listening to Yellowface instead, and then finished that as well. So I finished 2 books today. I am now planning to go to football because Henrik is playing football, and I've been discussing if I should go or no. Like, I'm tired and a little bit like low energy again, of course. It was a tough day. But I do feel like I want to go out and move. I don't want to just sit like I can feel the depression sitting on me, like or not necessarily like depression. I can feel the darkness of the depression, potentially anxiety sitting on me. So I want to go out, want to run away from it, get a bit fresh air, a little bit movement. I will go to a bookstore. I don't plan to buy a book. I plan to buy a notebook to write in, because that was one of the things I get as a homework from today's session, that if I have any dark things that I think about, or like any negative things, or if I just overthink stuff and bring bad things from my past, that I'm supposed to write it down. And I'm supposed to target these thoughts at a certain time of the day, and then sit down and write them down and just, okay, this is the window to process all the bad things, otherwise I will not accept them. So I want to try it out, because I never thought about it this way, and so I want to try it out. So I want to go get a notebook, and I have some notebooks, but they are pretty, and for this I do not plan to read it. Like, after I finish writing, I do not plan to read it again, because I don't believe in writing down bad things to like remember bad things. So if I write these things down, they will go away. Like, I'll burn it or throw away. Well, probably not throw away the entire thing, but I don't know. I just do not plan to read it. So I want some kind of just simple notebook to write in that would represent that thing for me. So that's when I want to go. So I need to go get ready. Yeah, want to talk about the books. So I finished 2 books. I finished One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick. That was for the prom debut book. It is the first in the Shepherd King series. And I am a little bit disappointed to say that it read very much YA. It is classified as new adult, I believe, but it very much felt like YA. The writing, the plot, it is just something, a story I read already before. It is referred to as, for the fans of For the Wolf and Year of the Witching. And those are exactly the 2 books I was thinking about during reading it, even without having those suggested. I saw those 2 later. So it is this kind of eerie mood. There is not as much forest as it was in For the Wolf or The Year of the Witching, but there is like evil forest kind of thing. But it's not a big character as it is in For the Wolf or The Year of the Witching. And by the way, those both, I think I gave 3 stars. Maybe Year of the Witching was 4. Now I would give it 3 because I don't remember it that much and I don't feel like rereading or recommending it that much. But this one, it's basically about our main character Elspeth, who is 20 years old, and in this world, when they are children, there is a chance that they will get infected by fever, and this specific fever might possibly kill them, but if it doesn't, if they survive it, they will gain some magical powers. This is forbidden in the kingdom, so if the king would find out, they would be rid of, or whatever, I don't know. Elspeth is also, when she was a child, she was infected with this fever, So she has certain magical abilities. It is in particular the nightmare that she has in her head. And it is this monster that she can talk with. So we basically follow her as she is trying to navigate the world with nightmare in her head that nobody is allowed to know. It's her secret. And then things start happening. And it's a whole thing, but I don't want to say because that could be potentially a spoiler. So it was very interesting. I like the idea of the magical cards, but they were not quite as exciting as I thought they would be. It was still very interesting and to me very original concept of magic, and I did have fun with the book. However, it was quite predictable and it just felt like I have read this before. As I finished it, it did have one like strong line at the end, like last sentence was pretty strong, and yet I don't feel like I want to continue with the series. Like, it wasn't bad by any means, I had fun, but I do not see myself continuing with the series. So I think that one gets 3 stars. Anyway, the other book I finished was Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, and now I can finally give you all my opinion on it when I finished it. So basically this, I already told you what it's about, so I'm not gonna repeat myself, but I think this book suffered a lot from being too personal to R.F. Kuang. So we know that she based this on what actually happened to her, and she's projecting a lot of things in the book onto the characters. It again suffers the typical R.F. Kuang thing. She has a strong concept and a really strong idea for the book, and it sounds amazing, but the execution is not that great. When it came to Babel or to the Poppy War, the writing is great. Like, I really enjoyed reading those books. I just didn't enjoy some particular things of it. While in here, the writing was very simple. There was nothing to kind of like ensnare me in the book. It was just really frustrating, unreliable narrator, very annoying narrator. And there were some interesting points, but they were never explored. So I wanted more about the publishing. It was really focused on the social media and on Twitter and Goodreads and how the reviewers engage with the authors and how toxic it can get. And so that is one thing I did not fully understand, because clearly it wants to be criticism of racist white woman who steals an Asian woman manuscript, but at the same time the social media is portrayed as evil towards this white woman. I believe so. Like, that's the thing I'm confused about. Like, she is definitely the villain because she stole the manuscript, but then we experience some of the Twitter bullying that potentially is deserved, but regardless of that, it feels like R.F. Kuang does not like it, and she talked about it in a certain way that made me feel like she doesn't like cancel culture. And even though she did use some phrases that the white racist people use to justify treating minority people badly, she also made some good points against publishing industry when they have a diverse author who is just a token, but that's as far as it gets when it comes to the publishing industry in particular and racism. So it didn't get explored more than that. It just was very confusing on what R.F. Kuang was actually trying to say to me. Because in the previous book, in Babel, it's obvious what she's wanting to say, but here it's very confusing. So while I understand the point of the book and I know that it is fiction, at the same time it is very, very wildly based on what actually happened to her. Is everything that these women say something that R.F. Kuang disagrees with? Or does she agree with some of those things? It's very confusing to me. I can't figure out what she was trying to say. If it was plainly fiction story and it had nothing to do with her real life, then I would be able to enjoy it more. And like, yeah, it was kind of interesting, but it's just very clearly connected to the reality and very clearly connected to her as a person and as an author, to R.F. Kuang. And it just felt like maybe I actually wanted non-fiction from her when it comes to this topic, rather than this fiction that just makes me confused. That's what I think. So I don't know what to give this. I want to say 3 stars, 2.5 stars, 3. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Between 2 and 3 stars. That's that. What I'm reading next is I wanted to go for another library book just to get those done, because I'm kind of stressed about how many library books I have at the moment and unread at that. We've got The Dragon Society. This is the first one, but I have the second one and the third one still hasn't arrived from library. So I want to wait maybe until I can read all 3 of them at once. So maybe I will read these later. Second option was Aragon. It is in the next room, so I'm not gonna get it right now. But that is really long and that is not my definite option for the book. I need to go get ready. That is not my final option for the book. Like maybe I will switch it out for something shorter. So the other library option I have is One Piece. So I'm starting this. This is for the prompt read in 2 days. So if I start it today, I have to finish it today. I'm not sure I'll start it today because now I'm going to football, so potentially might not start it today, so I'll start it tomorrow and then have to finish it on Sunday. But tomorrow starts the 24-hour Orilium readathon. That then I'll get to read a lot, so I'm sure this will work. But yeah, it is also for animal studies. This will wrap up my animal studies class for Wild from Druid. And then I wanted also audiobook, so I can listen to some audiobook on the way to the football. So I wanted to go for Ardent Swarm, which I found audiobook on Scribd, but that is for the prompt, start this book before going to bed. And I'm not going to bed, I'm going to football. So I can't do that one. So instead I got audiobook. It was not on Scribd, so I had to spend the credit on it. But I got audiobook for the 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. And this one is for the prompt, I'm not sure the class. I will try to put it down here again. And it is for the prompt, take the last song you listen to, and then the name of the song will give you the word for the book. So for this one we had With You. This was in the TBR video. So here we have the 5 people you meet in heaven. So that's for that prompt. So I can start it now. I have it on my Kindle, so I'll take my Kindle with me. I mean, I have it also on my phone. I have the Kindle app, but I'll take the Kindle with me. I'll probably listen to it on audiobook, and I will go to the bookstore to get the notebook and go to football. Hi, it is now Saturday, 3 p.m. almost. So the 24-hour all-nighter started 1 hour ago, so now G is sprinting. And so in this vlog I thought I would update you on what is going on. So first of all, to say what happened yesterday, I went to the store to buy a notebook, and I didn't want to get like a really pretty sturdy notebook for the purpose I told you about. Because it's not gonna be something I want to reread or I want to potentially keep. It's something that I want to just, you know, write and get rid of. So I wanted something more like a normal, like a school notebook, but not quiet, like a bit more, you know, like something in between. So I found this one. I like they had also one that had like flowers on it, but it was like a school notebook. But this one is actually like bind. So I like this one. It's very just simple black. I'm thinking of like decorating the front page somehow, or like put some stickers or something, but I don't have stickers, so I need to find stickers to kind of decorate it a little bit more. But it feels like just this is completely fine for what I want. And then the other option I have is this one, which has the feel of like a school notebook kind of. Of course also lines, but it is wider. Like if you compare, this is the normal A5 and this is the size of this one. So you can write a bit more in one page, which is nice, but it feels a little less serious. So I'm not sure which one of these I should use. I think I feel more like this one. This one might keep me more motivated, like more likely, but I still wanted to have this one as an option and I can use it for whatever else I want. So we'll see. Let me know what you think, if you have an opinion. And then I got a couple other things just because I saw them and I thought that it was really cool. Like I got this bookmark. It's our bookmark for mom, likes to read books. So she's gonna get bookmark at some point when I send her a package or when I go to Slovakia, which I don't know when will be, but she's gonna get that one. And then I got like paper clips. Yeah, paper clips like this for like journaling or something. I do have a journal, which I never told you about because it's, or I don't think I did, because it's just a little behind, it's not updated. But sometimes I do like the journal and then I like to have the clip to clip the pages together. And then I got also more tabs because I have like just very basic tabs, but here we have more colors. And they are made as well. And so basically that's what I got yesterday. Football went fine. There were some also family friends, which I didn't know they were coming, so that was really nice to hang out with them. And Henrik's team won 3-2. It was very tight, but they managed, so it was great. And it was really nice to get out of the house and meet the friends, so that was great. On the way there, I started actually, while I was waiting for bus, I started reading The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. What it is about is this man, and on his 83rd birthday, he's still working maintenance in an amusement park. He dies because there is some accident in the entertainment park and he ends up dying. And basically the book is about the people he meets in heaven. But how it starts with a countdown to his death. So it's like 50 minutes before he dies. It's 40 minutes left for him on Earth. And it was countdown until his death, and it just gave me major anxiety. So I was like, I don't want to put myself through it right now. I don't need this right now. So I was like, I need to pick a different book for this prompt because I just can't deal with that. It would just give me major anxiety counting down to death. And maybe after that will be fine, but I just couldn't. I already could feel like it was, I already was feeling anxious, like nope, no. So I started to search for a different book to read instead. Something short with you or with in the title, and it's very tricky. Like I have a couple books, but they are long. But then I was going through Scribd, like maybe some nice audiobook, and I did find one that I was already considering before, but it is a bit longer one. It is 323 pages, but from this author I read 2 books before, and on both of them I listened to an audiobook, and I listened to those books in 2 days, and that was even during a work week. So I know I can get through this book very fast, and the book is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I started listening to that yesterday. I'm about 30 pages in, so not that far, and just continues straight away from where the It Ends With Us ended. So we move on from there, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, today I started One Piece, so I have 2 days, today and tomorrow, to read this, because this is for the prompt read in 2 days, and I am currently halfway through, just over halfway through. The story is fun. I like the story, I like the conversations and everything, but the art, like the drawings, are a little confusing sometimes. Like there are a couple when it's like, I actually have no idea what's happening. Illustrations are very confusing at times. Like here you have one, like what's happening in this picture? I have no idea what's happening in this picture, and I'm looking at it and I know the story, what's happening around. I'm like, what just happened? The guy's on the ground, is he flying? I don't know. So that I'm struggling with a little bit, but otherwise it is fun. So I'm sure I'll be able to finish this in the next sprint maybe, because now we have like 15 minutes left in the sprint. So not in this sprint, but maybe, yeah, later today. So I'm reading One Piece. Also, we are waiting until 6 p.m. because today in Stockholm is Midnattsloppet, which means midnight race. And that means like you can register and you basically run 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers, or there is even dress up run. So you can run 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers in like dress up in something crazy. And the friends that were yesterday at football are going as running today, so I was trying to convince Hendrik to go, but it was too late to register. So the only option to participate is, well, I'm not running, but Hendrik could. The only option to participate is to wait until 6 p.m. because that's when the stores close where you pick up the shirts for the run. So if there are any shirts left that people didn't pick them up, then they will put it out and then you can register still if there are any left. But that will happen after 6 p.m. and the run starts at like 9, 9:30 or 10 p.m., something like that. So we'll wait until 6 to see if there are any spots left, if Hendrik can run. But that is the update for now, so gotta go read. It is now Sunday 2:30, so the 24-hour readathon is over, but I read a couple books yesterday and then in the evening we went out for the midnight race. Hendrik got to run. How do you rate it?
It was good.
It was good?
Oh. It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun for me too, to see him run. He never ran a race since we've been together, so that wasn't new. And I had fun. It was like 42,000 people registered, or like 42,000 people ran. That's insane. That's a lot of people. Anyway, so that was fun. We got home at like, at 12. I was finishing the painting by numbers in the car. So I got home at midnight. Then I was just too tired to read anything, even though I did read 5 pages, but I'll get to that. First things first, I did read One Piece yesterday. I finished, like, this is all just volume 1, and I finished this yesterday during the sprints before we went out. It basically follows the guy, what is his name? I don't even know. I already forgot. Luffy. And he's trying to become a pirate, and it basically follows his adventures on his way to become a pirate. And it's a manga. I read it the first time. I was a little bit confused sometimes when there were like pictures or when there were like illustrations that I didn't know which order to go. But here is also like explanation. Like, oops, you are reading it in wrong order. Like, this is how you should read it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall it was fun. I didn't really see myself reading more of One Piece. It just wasn't, like, it was fun, but not in a way that I need to read more. So this was fun. I don't know if I will rate it on Goodreads, but for the sakes of this video, I would give it 3 stars, 3.5 maybe. It was fun, but that's where we leave that. So this was for my animal studies for Wild from Druid. So I finished my animal studies for Wild from Druid, completed the exam. And then also in the sprints yesterday, I managed to read all the Tea Dragon Society, Tea Dragon Festival, and also the Tea Dragon Tapestry, which I lost my hope that I'll get it from the library. So I found it's available online as well. So I read it online. It wasn't as nice as reading it here because the text is kind of like small on the picture, so I needed to zoom in and out all the time. It was kind of annoying. But I did read all 3 of these. This one was, I don't know which class it was, but it was for Wild from Druid for the prom. Read in a different place every time you pick it up. And I read it all in one because it's, you know, graphic novel, 70 pages. So I read it all in one sitting. So I didn't need to switch places. Kind of boring, but it was like planned. So this, loved it. Like, all of them were really great, but this, the first one, was so amazing. I absolutely love it. There are these tea dragons, There is one here only one here on the cover, but there are a couple tea dragons inside, and basically what it is, like the flowers you see on their head, like that grows from their head, that they use those to make a special kind of tea, magical tea. And it's really cute. There is like rooibos tea dragon, there is chamomile tea dragon, jasmine tea dragon, and it's just really, really cute. And these little kind of drops of the, like, how it's overlapping with the real tea making. Really love this one. This one was kind of like a prequel, you could say. This one, the Tea Dragon Festival takes place before the Tea Dragon Society in the time-space continuum. And this one was also fun. I didn't enjoy it as much as this one, but it was still really good. And the third one, the Tea Dragon Tapestry, potentially could have been my favorite. I'm not sure. It's very close to this one. It basically continues after this one. They are really beautiful illustrations, beautiful story, really cute dragons. I absolutely adored these. So if I had to give these ratings, it would be probably 5-star to the Society and the Tapestry, and 4-star to the festival. You know, it's not like the proper 5-star, like the best book I've ever read, but just for what it was trying to be, it was really amazing. I told you prompt for this, but I didn't tell you prompt for the festival and the Tapestry, and those were for my dragon riding license. You need to read 2 books with dragons in it, so complete it. I just now need to watch a movie or a series with a dragon is the task. So I still need to do that. I still haven't done that, but that is it with the book. So I read 4 books yesterday, around like 550 pages, which is insane, but you know, it's all graphic novels or manga. And then in the evening when we get home, I started the next book for the prompt. Again, I don't know the class, but it is for Wild from Droid, and the prompt was start a book before bed. So I was just like half asleep, but I was like, I need to start this book because I want to read it tomorrow, so I need to start it before bed. So I started The Ardent Swarm. Not sure the author, but it is by a Tunisian author, and it is set in North Africa. It doesn't specify the country, but I would assume because it is Tunisian author, it would be in a Tunisian area. I think it's like a fictitious place, but it will be set somewhere there. Read 5 pages of it yesterday, so I did start it yesterday. And today I'm now like 15% through. It's a short book, it's like 180 pages. So I hope to read it today. We basically follow this man. He has many beehives. And one morning, all the bees from one of the hives are dead. I think it was a couple thousand bees, all of them dead, like split in half, completely decimated, the entire hive. All the honey was gone, and they don't know who did it or what did it. They say like no animals or people who live there or like in the area could have done it, so they don't know what happened. And yeah, I don't know if you'll follow that or if that's some kind of metaphor for what's happening, because then we start following also a little bit like a election, because they have like first democratic election, so they bring this election booth to the village where they don't even have water or electricity or anything. Like the government doesn't care about them at all to help them out, so they don't even know, they can't even read. So it's probably gonna be this kind of like metaphor with the bees for the village. So we'll see what goes on with that. But what is the plan for today? We are now, well, Henrik is now preparing some cookies. Yeah. Preparing just like tea. We're just gonna have some tea and I don't know if watch a TV show or read maybe. And then later on we want to make cookies, or well, I want to make cookies, and
I want to eat them.
He wants to eat them. So we'll see how that goes. Never made these cookies before, but now reading the Tea Dragon books, I just feel into the tea zone. So I want tea cookies. So we are going to attempt to make Earl Grey cookies. Earl Grey tea cookies. So we'll see how that goes. Never made them before. I don't know if I've ever had any. So that's gonna be a new. So that's the plan for today, and read of course, and that's about it. No bigger plans today. Time to rest. Okay, hi. It is now Monday. I was gonna say Sunday. What? Monday, 12:30. I am on lunch break. I'm working from home, so I thought I would wrap up the vlog and tell you how it all went yesterday. I didn't show you anything that we did. I don't know, just low energy for vlogging. I don't know what happened yesterday. It was just really misty day. It was really awful weather outside. I don't know. I just didn't feel like vlogging that much. So I don't have any B-roll for you. But we did make the Earl Grey tea cookies. Well, we tried to follow the recipe, but we definitely weren't able to follow it to the dot. So we made something. I don't think it's the Earl Grey tea cookies, but it's something, and it tastes good. So, hey, it's okay. I did finish the Ardent Swarm that I started on Saturday. I am showing you my Kindle because I have it on my Kindle. I helped myself with audiobook also. The audiobook is pretty good. But yeah, that's a short book. It's like less than 200 pages. It was pretty good. I just wish it was longer. It did talk a lot about the bees, like the bees were the center of the story. A beekeeper in Northern Africa who, yeah, as I mentioned, the beehive gets attacked by something, they don't know what. And so this beekeeper, CD, he goes to search what attacked his bees. And that's basically what it revolves around. And there is definitely a parallel between the political situation in the country and how the society works, and how every little thing has big consequences, or potentially big consequences. It was very interesting. I do wish it was longer so I could really sit in it and enjoy it more and really like dive into the world, because I feel like as it was so short, I didn't really have time to understand everything the author was trying to tell me. And so I might have missed some of the metaphors. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. I gave that one 4 stars. That was pretty good. And I'm still reading It Starts With Us. I'm listening to the download audiobook. I'm about 3rd way through. And it's not as good as I expected. It's clearly by the author to just satisfy her fans who loved It Ends With Us and wanted to see how the story evolves after that. But otherwise, I don't think there is anything interesting going to happen. Or we'll see. If it does, I'll be surprised. But so far, it's just very, you know, just nothing happening, really. Again, very questionable decisions, but as you would have in Colleen Hoover, I don't know why her characters always behave in such a teenager way. Or always think like teenagers. Like, why? Adults don't... whatever. Anyway, I will tell you more about it in the next vlog when I finish the book, because so far I don't have that many opinions, only what I just told you. I don't want to go into it more. What I'm gonna be reading next, or what is left on the TBR, are these 4 books. So next I'm going to be reading Focusing on the Red Leaves by Matt Haig, For the Prompt with Vampires, and The Silent Patient for the chair on the cover. And that's both for shape-shifting, so I'm gonna become a vampire and a chair. But anyway, these are the 4 books that are left on my TBR for the next week, or for the remainder of the month, which is 11 days? 10 days? 11 days, including today. It's still a lot, but I'm still hopeful, And yeah, I didn't do more with the notebook and writing down negative things, because I just didn't feel like doing anything yesterday. Yesterday was resting kind of day, and I didn't feel like doing any mental work either. I was just happy I could read and sit and do nothing. So that's what I did yesterday. So the writing might happen in the next vlog. We'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna go into depth with it, but I just wanna set it up somehow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, it's time to wrap up the vlog by looking at how I did in this week. I think I did pretty well this week because I finished all the graphic novels and you're sliding, because I finished all the graphic novels and manga. So I think I did really well. For a whole week, Monday to Sunday, I read 1,379 pages, which turns out exactly 197 pages a day, which is absolutely insane. But of course, on Saturday, I read 3 graphic novels and 1 manga. So the day I read like 500 pages. So it evens out, okay? So that's pretty good. I caught up a little bit, not completely. So I read 62% through all the pages I mean to read, or all the books I mean to read in this readathon. And we are through 68% of the readathon. So I am a little bit behind, but I'm even more behind when I did the sum of like the total read number, 58%. that is when I consider the audiobooks, because I did the audiobook some to kind of make it more accurate, to know how fast it was going to take to read the graphic novels, to get more accurate number, because the pages didn't feel exactly as accurate. So I did the audiobook kind of thing, or like how long it would take to read the book instead, so like the time to read. And there I am 58%, and so I am quite behind, but that's okay. I am still determined to complete it. If nothing else, at least the Wild from Druid, which if you look at that, how I'm doing with Wild from Druid, I have only 3 books left on that, and I'm third way through one of them. So I'm third way through It Starts With Us, which is for the astronomy course, and then I have 2 more books to read for Wild from Druid. So I think that one I'll be able to finish 100%. I think I will struggle a little bit with Beastmaster, because I still haven't made any progress in this one this week either. And yeah, we'll see if I will have to replace Eragon with something else. But I got audiobook for Eragon as well, so maybe I'll be able to do all of it. So we will see. This is pretty much all the update, or like everything summed up that was happening this week. It was pretty mentally draining week. So I'm really happy with the progress I made over the weekend as well. I think that's it for this vlog. So I really hope that next vlog will be a bit more fun. Anyway, I hope this vlog was fun, even though it was mostly only me talking about the books and less look into my life. But that's just the energy I felt this week. It was really low energy week, very mentally challenging week. Hopefully this week will be better. But anyway, that's it for this vlog. Let me know down in the comments how you're doing in this readathon, if you are joining, if you're participating, how you are doing, if you are on track, or if you already finished, or how it's going. And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Bye.